You guys are ready for today's guest because she is a beauty queen. She is a mental health advocate and the current reigning Miss World Kenya 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the awesome, the beautiful Sharon Obara.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So what else do you want your fans and our viewers to know about you?
Okay, so good evening, guys.
Evening.
My name is Sharon Obara. I am 22 years old. I'm currently in my last year of study pursuing a bachelor's degree in psychology.
Nice.
So other than that, I'm a marketer, I'm a baker, and I like interacting with people. So my love for psychology stemmed back then. I really had an interest in knowing more about myself and more about people. And I'm here.
Okay.
It's brought me here.
You know, when
Yes.
you won, I posted this poster about you coming today on the show, and someone who owns a hair company, the CEO, actually reached out, and she was like, I have worked with this lady before, and she is down to earth. She is an amazing woman, and that is what we want, and I hope you inspire the young children and young ladies who want to be like you. So
I sure
congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
Speaking about hair, I was going through your feed and I just saw your hair and it is so pretty. Your natural hair is just like, oh my goodness. I'm like, how? Why God? Why? Why them? Why not me? It is so pretty. So is it like a thing that you're trying to do a lot more of, just wearing your natural hair, or is now with the crown you have to maintain a certain caliber of hair looking a certain way? What's going to be that journey for you?
Well, as a person, I have always been interested in looking good. I like doing handy things, so I find myself most of the time working with my hair. So I try a new hairstyle, a new extension and stuff. So I like hair a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And talking about hair and beauty and modeling as a whole, yeah? You've talked about how you're currently in university pursuing your degree in psychology.
Yes.
Psychology and modeling are very far away from each other.
Yeah.
Very far. How did you even like gain interest into modeling, and then now how that brought you to Miss World?
So psychology, that's what I am pursuing professionally, and I enjoy it because I get to learn more about myself and the people around me. So somewhere along the way, I discovered I like modeling because I used to watch these pageants when I was young on the screens. I was fascinated by the glitz, the glamour, the dresses, the hair. But then growing up, I realized when you're given such a platform, you should try and be as impactful as possible. You should try and leave a legacy behind. So that's why I'm going to use this platform to champion for mental health. So my Miss World Kenya is basically about a beauty with a purpose. You're beautiful, but you have a purpose you're pushing. So mine will focus on children born and living with neurological and cognitive disorders. These are disorders such as epilepsy, seizures, autism, Down syndrome. So I intend to use this platform to deepen and broaden awareness on these issues because they undergo a lot of stigmatization. So this takes a toll on their mental health as well as their caregivers, their friends, and the people around them. So I want to get people to understand that it can happen to anyone. It's not their liking that they're like that. So what we have to do as a society, as a group, as a whole, we accept them and take them for who they are.
Yeah, and I like that about you because it's not all about beauty.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, and I like that.
We just wanted to compliment you. Great. Now, speaking about amazing things that happened, especially with what you just mentioned, your mental health journey and your mental health, you're just wanting to be there for, especially for children, because they're the least recognized people, especially when it comes to like mental health issues.
Yes.
Yeah. But there is something that happened during when you were rewarded, when you were given the whole beautiful, congratulations for winning. A lot of people made a lot of commitments saying that they would then come and help you out with this, come and help you and aid you in this journey that you're embarking on as Miss World Kenya, but fighting or championing for mental health.
Yes.
We saw the Jiggers Foundation. They did such an amazing job. And honestly, that woman just did a thing. And I am hoping hoping to God that you become that face where we think about mental health. We're just going, you know what?
Sharon?
Sharon Obara. So are
Yes.
these people who made these commitments, are they actually following through? Are you planning on starting a foundation, or how are you getting into this field of mental health? Because it's a lot. So where do you start? Where are you chipping first?
So at the moment, my team and I are strategizing on the way forward. We are doing research on the institutions or organizations that are currently going on with the same project. So we will reach out to them once we have adequate background information. We are also open to collaborations and partnerships. So if you feel your foundation is in line with what we are pushing for this year, which is mental health or the special education, feel free to reach out to us as you continue doing research.
Yeah, some of us have never even won an award. So just taking you back a little bit, how did it feel like when they just called out your name? Like,
We saw
the
you
winner
tearing up a
is
little bit. So just like,
yeah, tell us about that.
I actually teared up because it wasn't an easy journey. It's a journey I started professionally like 3 years ago. I've had no's. I have tried many pageants, and but I took them as a learning experience. So at that moment when they called out my name, I think the memories came flooding back. Yes, I didn't believe I had made it this far, and I was actually I was handed this big and prestigious platform to push for a cause that is close to my heart. So at that moment, I was so grateful. I was so emotional because finally I have a bigger platform to really push for what I love.
Yes.
Yes.
And the competition was steep.
It was
quite
pretty tough.
Yeah.
It was.
yeah, there were
It
very
was.
many people.
It was.
Now, talking about the competition, like what kind of training and preparation does one have to go through in order to be a part of the competition? Do I need to start working out? Do I need to starve myself and get on a serious diet? What are some of the things that you had to do?
So first and foremost, before you even go into the physical and basically the physical one, you have to prepare yourself mentally and psychologically. Because myself, I am a student. So going in that line, I have to do a lot of balancing. So I have to get myself in that mental space. So going forward, once you're mentally prepared, now you have to go for the other things such as the physical requirements. There are some measurements you're supposed to fit. So there you're supposed to work out and watch your diet because they go hand in hand. You don't have to starve yourself. You just have to watch what you eat. If it's the carbohydrates, you limit the proportions. Yeah, because at the end of the day, workout needs you to have energy to actually do the workout. So we had like a month-long boot camp. We underwent intense training. So we were taught on things such as etiquette, fitness, financial. We were taken through some financial classes. We did a catwalk. We got to have people coming in, talk to us and everything. And at the end of it all, you know, if you're serious about something, you'll work for it. So even though you're being trained, you have to put that extra push. So you have to carve out some time. Maybe you perfect your public speaking. We are being taught, but you know, there's some things you have to put into practice. Maybe your intonation or your projection, your articulation. So you also have to carve out time for that. So modeling is not all about the looks. There is a lot of work behind the scenes. There is a lot of hard work. So once a queen is brought before you, they came a long way.
Yeah,
they came a long
more
way.
like beauty with brain.
Exactly.
But there is an age limit, right? You can't just be 60 years, you're just there still dreaming that, ooh, I'm going to be the next Miss Kenya, right?
Well, I feel like the modeling industry, it's become more inclusive. It's becoming more inclusive. So for Miss World, the age limit is 26, 27, but there is also a Mrs. World, So there is always somewhere you'll fit as a little girl or as a young man, as a teenager, as an older woman, there is always somewhere you'll fit.
Now, speaking about the training that you went through, which is obviously, as you said, it sounds crazy. Not a lot of people would survive.
Yeah.
But there are some things that happen within that process. For example, when you're being trained and then now all the training has come to culmination and you're asked a question and you just go, completely blank, or your outfit is on point, like you just come out and then you step on yourself and it's rarukad. That's a mishap. Have you gone through any of those experiences where you were like ready, and then something just threw you off? And what was that? Please just tell us something.
Okay, I will. So during the training process, you're also taught on things like damage control. So in case maybe you forget something, you have something at the back of your mind, maybe something you stand for, so you just have to twist it in a way to fit what you're saying. So that's the damage control. And maybe if you're tripping, there's some things that there is just a way you can
Fall with
yeah.
grace.
Have you experienced
Fall with
that?
grace.
I actually have. During the pageant, my gown ripped. My gown ripped, so a big shout out to the designer. She really came through with the paints, the sewing. So at some moment, it got me really low. I had a little breakdown backstage because there was a lot of emotions flying around. And then to top it up, my gown is now deciding to do the thing, you know. Yeah, but then I had some good friends backstage, so they helped me, they talked me through it. So, and then by the time I was walking back to the runway, I was okay. You couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
You couldn't even
So
tell. So there is some,
yourself together.
yes, you're like, yes,
Clarity
damage
of
control.
mind.
You got this, you got this. So you light your smile and you walk. No one can know, but it's damage control in your own little way. Yeah.
You talked about you had some good friends backstage and everything,
Yes.
and that's one of the few things that you never really hear from the pageant world in terms of like how when women interact with each other,
Competition
the competition
especially.
gets really like catty. You know, women can be backstabbing and everything. Like, did you find it like? Maybe it doesn't have to be this specific one, but like just pageants in general, do you find it easy to make friends with the girls, or is it actually a lot of
stories that we hear true?
Is there a lot of negative energy behind the scenes?
Well, I have had the stories, but I haven't gotten to experience it firsthand. In this specific competition, I made some really good friends. You
want to shout some out?
Yes. Stella, Esho, Yasmin, Mokeira, sisters, you know, we had
Gang,
each other's gang. We had each other's back. We kept on encouraging each other because this journey was actually tough. Sometimes it will get to a point you'd be like, I can't go on. You know what? I'm tired. I'm done. But then you'd pull your sister aside. You're like, but then I'm feeling this type of way. I'm feeling like this. Then she'll be like, imagine you've come a long way. Push. Yeah, push. Yeah. So sisterhood is also important. But I think it's easier for me because I'm a bubbly person. I am outgoing, so I find it easy to make friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, other than mental health, which is clearly something that you're which is very near and dear to you, even when you speak of it, we can already tell the emotions that are attached to it.
Yes.
And modeling, obviously. Is there any other thing that you really want to do with your life now that you're 22? I mean, you're so young. You have like the whole world in front of you now. Is there something that you want to do, like is in the back of your mind going, okay, this is my checklist: mental health, check; being a model and winning, check. What else is on that list?
Making my parents proud in whichever way. They are so proud of me right now. I guess they're watching. I think they're watching. Mom, Dad, I love you. So also making them proud because they have been my greatest support system from the first day. From the day I said, I'm going to take on these runways, I was given a go-ahead. They supported me financially, emotionally. They will even remind me of my worth when I was like, when I seem to forget, they will push me.
But I hope they are prepared and they know that you're going to be
So much bigger.
Super busy.
and bigger, yeah.
Actually, during the boot camp, that is among the things I had to sacrifice because I didn't have time. Because the trainings would go maybe from early in the morning to some breaks in between to the evening. So I didn't have time for my friends, for my family. But then I'm glad they understood and they backed me up. Even though we weren't in contact, I will feel the love on social media. I will get a call even my mom would even call me at 12 p.m. Have you eaten? How are your legs feeling? You know, the support, and also from the netizens, from the people on the internet. I have received overwhelming support, and I am grateful.
Yeah, and
I
they're still
am grateful.
supporting you even
They
right
still
now.
are.
They're saying you are beautiful, great Miss Kenya, and just tell her to keep more effort. And someone else is asking, she's Shiko, asking, how tall are you? And in pageantry, is height a must?
I'm 5'9". Yes.
Wow.
So currently, as I mentioned earlier, the modeling industry is really diversified at the moment. So you might not make it the cut to the runway, which is height, but you can always fit in the commercial industry. You can model hair, you can model nails, clothes for fashion lines. There is always somewhere you can fit. Yes.
Now, speaking about all this attention, all this newfound attention that you're finding, and we've seen on your social media, there's been a gentleman with an afro, but they're handing you flowers. We want to know, is there a little some going on there, or is this just like PR? And are you getting a lot more attention, especially, you know, unfortunately or fortunately, there's just like a specific type of woman that is targeted by a specific type of man. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Skinny, small, slender girls always get the attention of a specific type of gender in a specific location of this world. So, one, are you guys dating, or is this just that PR? Two, are you getting the attention from the kinds of people that we're talking about? Has the surge of attention thrown you off, or were you prepared for it? You know, like, I'm hot, I'm gonna do this. What's that been like for you?
So for the picture you have seen on my feed,
As you
Give us the example.
your hair,
the tea, that was actually a modeling gig. That's part of the commercial modeling. Yeah, we were pushing for a brand. Yeah, but he's a nice person.
okay.
Yeah, and online attention, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. So I'm trying to balance out even the DMs. I'm trying to reply to as many as I can, because these are the people who rooted for me. So I'm so grateful. So I try to reply as much as I can, but then I'm also looking at the relevancy of the DM. So yeah, at the moment I'm not really
Responding to hi.
Yeah, to the shots. Right now, I'm not in the
You're not
space.
dating?
Yeah, I'm not dating.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm not in the space for picking the shots, and yeah. So at the moment, nah.
They're shooting, but
Yeah.
you're blocking the shot.
She's got blocks
the
now.
shot,
She's got people now.
You've just
people.
broken Adrian's heart from Mombasa over here, because he wanted to say ati mambo ati model ati naweza taka kujua kama akona mtu with her busy schedule. Now you've broken her heart, telling him not only are you
There
busy,
is time.
but
there is time.
there's time.
I'm still here.
There
is time.
She's not fending you off.
Yes, there will be time for that. Yes, but at the moment,
You're booked and busy.
my schedule is back to back. So
Booked and busy, y'all.
Yeah.
Just keep DMing though.
Yeah.
But there's an amazing thing that's happening later on in the year. In December, you're going to be representing
Yes.
us, the Kenyans, in Puerto Rico. So,
Yes.
first of all, what are the expectations that we should have of you now that you're, you know, we've seen you, we're like, okay, this is a pretty girl. She's already qualified on the pretty. So what other things do you want us to expect of you? Because sometimes it's just like, we want you to do this, we want you to do that. But there are things that you know you can do. So what
Yes.
should we expect of you in Puerto Rico for Kenyans?
okay, so I'd be traveling to Puerto Rico in November, date 16, and the finals are scheduled for December, date 16. So I'll be there for about a month. What I expect to do is to put Kenya on the map. Kenya should be unforgettable. So
Yes.
I will do my best to bring the blue crown home, but at the same time, I strive to put Kenya on the map. You see, when the personality, like when that memory, like who was the friendliest? Kenya. Who was the Kenya? Who wasn't Kenya? So I really strive to put Kenya on the map and to increase the visibility so that we can even broaden our networks, get people coming in. Yeah, we are putting Kenya on the map.
Yeah. And you know, we love you
Well
already,
said,
so
well
definitely
said.
they will love you. But before we
Thank
get
you.
into game, there's one question here. Diana is asking, which challenges has Sharon faced?
Challenges. Well, at the moment, okay, let me say at the boot camp, that's what that's my most recent. So there are times it gets hard. It's not always looking good, feeling great. There are times that it gets hard. You get under the weather, you just feel some type of way. So I've always reminded myself why I started, where I'm going, what I'm pushing for. So those are some of the lessons that I've picked along the way. Perseverance and never giving up. Push yourself and give it your best. You will be proud of yourself. You really will be proud of yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.